Hey guys, Wayne here, and today we are at Gesu Catholic Church, which we have previously installed lifelines on the organ here. And I'm going to demonstrate how to safely approach this organ with the harnesses that we have. Anytime you're at heights greater than 4 feet, you do need to have a safety helmet on, and you do need to use these harnesses. So we're going to go ahead and put the harness on. Okay. First thing I'm going to do once I get the harness over my shoulders is attach the sternum strap.
And why am I doing this? Oh, this is
The strap you want to be across the center of your chest, or as close to as possible. This will minimize any injuries, including broken ribs that you might experience in the event of a fall. Once this is adjusted to the proper height, then you want to make sure that it is as tight as it could be. Because the more slack you have in these straps, the more likely you are to be injured in the event of a fall. So you want them snug. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, on to the leg straps. Pull this through. Excuse me, not the leg straps. We'll do the belt next. Sorry. You want the belt as tight as possible. Put through the loop, and then you can put it through this D-ring loop to keep the slack out of your way. Not through the D-ring itself, but through the slot here. Alright, we're going to put the legs on. The legs need to be as tight as possible. You also want to make sure that you don't have a bunch of stuff in your pockets, because that's going to interfere with how this harness functions. So no wallet, no phone, no keys, nothing. All right. Now, prior to this, you also want to inspect the entire harness, all the stitching, make sure there's no loose stitching, no frays in the strapping, no cuts. If any of that appears, then the harness should be decommissioned and sent in for repairs immediately, and notify Natalia and James immediately as well. Okay, this is the proper setup for this harness. Your lanyard has two places it can be parked when you're not using it. And that is here on the chest or here on the chest. You do not want it on these lower D-rings here. These lower D-rings are for tying yourself off to a structure to prevent yourself from swinging out in the event of a fall. If you know that wherever you're going to be working will cause you to swing out, because you never want to do that, you could swing into a structure and cause further injury to yourself. So if you know that if you do fall where you're at, that you're going to swing, then you want to tie yourself off to limit how far you're swinging out if you do fall. So knowledge of knots and which knots to use is critical in that situation. You don't want to just use a granny knot to secure yourself. That's not going to do the job. Okay, now we put our ladder up. We need to go up there and secure ladder locks. So I'll show how that's done. Got my ladder locks here. Now when climbing any ladder, you want to maintain 3 points of contact at all times up and down the ladder. This is the safest way to climb a ladder. 3 points. 3 points. 3 points. Okay, now I'm at the top of the ladder, and from here I will insert the ladder locks. Clamp down on the beam, and then adjust your catch over the rail of the ladder, not the rung. Tighten the wing nut, and you're set. Move on to the next one. Clamp onto the beam. Set the catch. Tighten the wing nut. Now our ladder locks are attached and our ladder is now secured. So upon approaching the walkboard, come up, holding this handle, just depending on what side your lanyard is on. Grab your lanyard and latch on to the safety line. Now your harness is attached and you are protected up here in the event of a fall. And now you can begin your work. Coming down from the ladder, take your lanyard off, fasten it to your chest. Notice I'm maintaining 3 points of contact. Come down. And from here, if you were leaving your work for the day, you would take your ladder locks off and continue down the ladder, maintaining 3 points of contact all the way down. And that's how to properly use our safety equipment. Thanks, guys.